Instant Pot Kare Kare Oxtail in a peanut butter sauce, done in half the time of the original dish.
First thing we're gonna do, chop up our eggplant. Lob off the top, lob off the bottom, and we're just gonna chunk it up. Green beans, lob off the ends. There's all kinds of ways to do this. I'm just lazy, so I just grab the ends. Don't worry about waste. Green beans aren't that expensive. As a kid, my grandmother would make me snap the ends of the green beans, one green bean at a time. Who's got time for that?
We're going to use half this onion for the vegetables and half to go in with the oxtail. Chop up this half the onion and then repeat it with the other half.
So the bok choy at my grocery store didn't look that great today. I've got a half a head of cabbage left over from when I made the bulalo. I'm gonna go ahead and substitute cabbage for the bok choy today.
And that's all the cutting and dicing you need to do for this dish.
Add a splash of oil.
Set your Instant Pot to saute and the normal setting.
About a tablespoon of minced garlic. 1 pound of green beans, ends trimmed off. Half an onion, sliced. One eggplant, chopped up. About a teaspoon of black pepper. About a teaspoon of salt. We'll adjust the salt later down the road. Just gets us started.
You want to saute them enough until the eggplant is soft and the green beans have softened up. Once everything's softened up, go ahead and pull them out of the Instant Pot and set them aside because we're going to put them back in later when we finish everything off.
Another splash of oil. Half a head rinsed cabbage. So like I said, I'm substituting cabbage for bok choy. When you're cooking, I don't want you guys to focus on having the exact ingredient or that really hard to find item for the dish. There's so many ways you can just substitute something else to make the dish and have it be super close and just as delicious. It may not be authentic, but don't be intimidated by ingredients you don't have. A little bit more oil so it doesn't smoke. We're gonna brown our oxtails.
You can skip this step if you want. It's not in most of the traditional recipes that I've found. I just think it adds a little bit of depth and character to the dish.
Don't have to go crazy with this. I'm just trying to develop a little bit of flavor here. Don't stress about getting it all browned. I just want to add that little step to give it a little extra flavor. We're going to take the other half of that onion that we put away, and we're going to put it in here with the oxtails. Now we're just going to cover it with water. Make sure everybody's nestled down in there. Perfect. On goes the lid. Toggle to sealing. And we're gonna cancel the saute. We're gonna go manual. For 38 minutes. Okay. While we're waiting for our oxtail to cook, we have to do a couple things. One of them is we need to soak these annatto seeds in a cup of water. That's gonna extract the color, because that's really all we're using these for. If you can't find these, I found these at my local supermarket in the spice aisle. If you can't, you can substitute turmeric and paprika and use those in the powdered form without doing a soak, and you're gonna kind of get the same thing. This is the more traditional way, so that's the way we're gonna go with it. And they're not expensive. It was like 98 cents. And then you're just gonna pour 1 cup of water and let them soak. This is my little spice grinder. I use this for grinding up all my spices and items, and I'll show you a little dad hack on how to clean them out after you're done with it. But we need some ground peanuts. So we're gonna take our peanuts. We need about 3/4 of a cup of ground peanuts. So we're gonna pop those in there. And we're not looking for peanut dust. We're just looking for some peanuts. Ground peanuts. Dad hack. So now I got a bunch of peanuts in my spice grinder, and these aren't easy to clean. You can't run them through the dishwasher. You can't run them underwater really. So here's my trick. White rice. Pour some white rice in your grinder. Comes out kind of looking like grated cheese, but after you pour it and knock it out with your finger, it's pretty clean, and you can just wipe it. You can just wipe it clean with a paper towel, basically. Sometimes Dad will get nerdy, and I'll go out to the garage and I'll hit it with the air compressor, but it's pretty much clean. So the last thing we need to do while we're waiting for our oxtails to cook is we need about a 1/2 cup of toasted ground rice. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking this is the thickening agent for the sauce. I was gonna skip it, but I figured I have rice, I have a pan, why not do it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pan, we're gonna put it over medium heat. We're gonna pour our rice in. Now's a good time to check in on our annatto. And I just give it a stir every once in a while. just to release those colors into the water. We're gonna adjust to high. See if we can't get this stuff toasted. Okay, high maybe was a bad idea, but we toasted quickly enough. Toasted rice. Maybe don't do it on high and walk away and go do some other things like I did and let the pan smoke, but that's toasted rice. Back to our freshly cleaned spice grinder. That is basically rice flour. It's been about 18 minutes since the Instant Pot beat, so most of the pressure should be gone. We'll give it a final release here. We're gonna add our chopped peanuts, ground peanuts. So we're only gonna add the water. So what you're gonna wanna do is have something to strain it with. I have this little strainer. And the star of the dish, peanut butter. I like mine peanut buttery, so I've got about 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter here. Let that simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. All right, this sucker is boiling a little fast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust this down to the less setting of the saute. Boiling a little bit fast for my liking. We'll stir it with this silicone that's got some of the peanut butter left on it. Get that peanut butter off there. All right, the next step is to add our toasted ground rice. This is the part I'm not so sure of, but that's what they say to use. And we simmer for another 5 minutes. This is definitely the thickening agent, I can tell already. And I bet you it adds a bit of flavor to it with it being toasted like that. Or almost burnt like Dad did. I know everybody makes their dishes a little bit different. So, do you have a different way that you make your kare kare? Do you use different ingredients? Do you not use the toasted rice? Let me know in the comments. We're gonna simmer this for about another 5 or 6 minutes, which should hopefully cook down that toasted rice. Dad's gonna sneak a taste here. Check it for salt. This time I'm gonna blow on it, unlike the bulalo, which I burned my mouth on. Definitely need some salt. Start with about a tablespoon. Since we didn't simmer our vegetables with them, we're gonna go ahead and pour all these in. Go ahead and let these cook down for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and hopefully by then everything will have mellowed out.
And there you have Instant Pot Kare Kare. All in all, it took about 2 hours to make, and that's still a lot faster than it would be the traditional way. You serve it with a salted shrimp paste and white rice, and it is fantastic.
For more recipes and videos, visit dadgotthis.com. To be sure you don't miss anything, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the damn bell. I double dog dare you. Come on, you have to do it. It was a double dog dare. I mean, those are the rules.